student loans have been one of the hottest topics of 2023 so far, with the going back and forth about trying to relieve student loan debt for many borrowers across the country. Now, right now, it seems like there's no end in sight because both parties are still fighting about it. So today's video is going to show you what's another way you could look at saving money for the future. Maybe you're a new parent, maybe you want to be a parent in the next couple of years. This video is for you to show you how you could save money for college tuition for your child. Now, if that video sounds something that will be very interesting to you, please make sure you consider subscribing, liking the video, and turning on the bell notifications for more content. Now, as you can see on my screen right now, you can see that student loans have been on the rise. I think we've all known that for a while. They've been on the rise for years and years, and there's also a rise in parent loans. And the bottom graph right here at the bottom of the screen here, parent loans are when parents take out loans to help fund tuition for their children because the children max out their loans, so parents have to get a loan themselves to also help. And they've also had a little bit of an uptick as well, from $20,300 to $21,700. So again, this is on average, so it's not like the end all be all, but it's just things to consider. What is happening with student loans as we look in today's market. Now, what I'm going to talk to you about for today is what is called a 529 college savings plan. Now, what this college savings plan is, it covers the following. It is a tax advantaged savings plan that is designed to help pay for either K through 12 expenses or college expenses. Now, the keywords there are tax advantage. And I'm going to explain, and I'll get into a little bit as to why this is a benefit possibly for you. First of all, when you invest this money into this 529 plan, when it comes time to withdraw the funds are tax-free if they are spent on educational expenses. Now, educational expenses include things like tuition, fees, books, school supplies, student loans, campus meal plans, computers, internet, software. Anything that your future child would be using at college as an expense, you can withdraw money from this savings plan and it comes out tax-free, meaning you don't have to pay any taxes on it as it's grown money over the years, which is a phenomenal benefit, and I'll show you why a little bit later on. All right, so the good thing also, there's no maximum amount that you can invest per year. Just unlike an IRA or a 401k, they cap you per year. This savings plan does not do that. There's a maximum you can invest in the plan total. I believe it's depending on the state. Some states do 250,000, other states will do like 500,000. So depending on what state you're living in, you have a maximum amount you can have in the account total, but not a maximum amount you can put in per year. And on top of that, over 30 states actually offer a tax deduction when you invest in a 529 plan. Now, again, tax deductions and no taxes when you withdraw, it's just savings heaven right now for us. We don't have to pay taxes on it when we withdraw it. We also can write it off when we file our taxes. It's a great system to work in. So let me give you an example about someone investing in a 529 plan and someone investing in a normal brokerage account. First one I'm going to show you is we're looking at Timmy. Now, Timmy, they asked me to put a name in, so I put the name in Timmy in. So Timmy right now is going to be going to college in 18 years. Now, right now, the annual average cost of college in today's market is over $24,000. So Timmy wants to go to college in 18 years. Maybe it's a brand newborn that, is not even a year old yet, and you're already starting to think about how can I save money for college for them. So Timmy's going to be going to college in 18 years. He'll be there for 4 years. And I hate to say, it's not interesting. It's just alarming, is that the average college cost inflation rate is about 5%. Some colleges it's 4, some are like 5 and 6, but on average the tuition goes up 5% a year. That's crazy. That's higher than your historical inflation average. Inflation average is like 3%, and college is 5%. It's crazy. Anyways, so you're putting money in his account here, and it's gonna give you a hypothetical return of 5.8%. That's the average return you get in a college savings plan. Now, if you were Timmy's parent and you invest $543 a month from the time he is before 1 year old until he's 18, you will see what's going to happen if you start with $0 today. Now, What this is going to show you is if you want to save up to pay 100% of his tuition for him. Not everybody can afford this, so there's different options. You don't have to put 500 in. Don't feel like you have to. So looking at the graph here, or looking at the table here, here's all the information. So we start with $0, $543 a month. Rate of return is about 5.8%. In year 0, before we start making investments, it starts getting returns. You start off with $6,516. This number comes from taking $543 and multiplying it by 12 because it's for the whole year. And it gives you $6,516. Now, as you see, you're putting in the same amount. This amount, $6,516, is being put in every single year. It's the same amount. You're doing $543 every single month. Now, as you can see, the account starts to grow as he gets older. Here's Timmy, hitting the Big Ten for an age, and he's got almost $100,000 in his college tuition account, which is fantastic. And then we get to this year of 17. Maybe he's at the end of year 17. He's graduating high school, getting ready to go to college, and then boom, he hits college. And college in 2041 is about $60,000. Because of inflation, because of them rising the price of tuition, it's nuts. So say his tuition comes in at $58,938. And Timmy comes to you with tears in his eyes and he says, "What can I do? I don't know how to pay. I'm going to pay this off." And little does he know, you guys as parents were being awesome people and you were putting money aside for him. And you say, "Timmy, don't worry. We got you covered." You take out his tuition, $58,930, from your account balance that is now $197,000. Again, his tuition has now been paid for, which is fantastic because it's way above that. And the money you take out doesn't get taxed, which is even better. So you take out 60 grand, that's 60 grand tax free. Normal capital gains tax is like 15 to 20% usually, depending on what tax bracket you're in. So you're getting nothing taken out. It's tax free. Here, Timmy, here's your check. Go pay off your tuition. And he's like so happy. He's so excited to see that. He's like, awesome, love it. Year 2 comes around and he goes, "Mom and Dad, it's now $62,000. They raised up my tuition again." And they say, "Well, don't worry, Timmy. We still have plenty of funds left over." So they pay it off, and you're left with $110,000 after that. Now, he's 2 years of college already paid for. 3rd year, same thing. "Dad, Mom, they raised it again, another $3,000. What am I gonna do?" "Don't worry, we still have money left over here." And you can do it again and again and again until, look at that, he hits year 4, and Timmy is left with an account balance of $30. 4 years of college, tuition, room and board, food, meal plans, everything paid for. Timmy walks away out of college with $30 he has to pay off. And that is it. And that is phenomenal. And remember, this was all withdrawn tax-free, which is great. Now, some people say, "Fridge, I can get a better return when I invest in S&P and invest in, index funds and whatever. I can get a better return." And that is true. But here's the interesting thing also about this chart. When you like this chart, so when you start going, when you are looking at applying to go to college, they want you to do financial aid paperwork, try to get FAFSA stuff, try to get, some sort of grants, Pell Grants, whatever. These funds don't impact your financial aid. A normal brokerage account will probably do it because that's part of your assets and everything else and net worth. These funds don't impact your eligibility for financial aid, which is a whole different ballgame, which means you can still max out to the best you can. You can still get a max out return of your financial aid values, and then you can take out money from this, and they don't impact each other whatsoever. But just to show you kind of where I'm going with this, here's another example of a person who is like, "I can just invest money in a brokerage account," which is true. 18 years, 7% return, so a little bit better than the college savings plan. Starting off with $0, $543 a month. We factor in inflation, which is about 3%. Right now, it's a lot more than that, but the average from the last 100 years is 3%. But the thing is, we have to factor in a tax rate of 20%. So we have to keep that in mind that taxes do make a part. And as you can see here, It's about the same amount. The other one with Timmy's tuition was about $197,000. This one's $199,000. But the difference is this account doesn't get tax benefits, you don't get deductions, and it also might impact Timmy applying for financial aid because they'll see that and be like, well, you got plenty of money to pay for it, whereas the college plan does not. So a 529 college plan is a awesome path to get into early on because there's so many tax advantages, and it can really build it up so that way when your child does go to college, if they want to go to college, they can have it paid off and not to have these student loans, and you don't have to be another statistic. And that's what makes things a lot better. So thank you so much for watching today's video. Again, if you enjoyed this informational content, please make sure to consider liking the video, subscribing, and turn on the bell notifications. I will see you guys on Friday for my net worth update. Take care, everybody, and have a great rest of your day.